battles, we're winning the war. I get knocked down, I get back up, get up and go, I stay ready for more. Go toe-to-toe till I level the score. Never gon' quit, heard you seen some, but you never seen this. Bet on myself 8 times, no trick, just give me the loot. See now we going high stakes, this ain't clickbait. This a risk take, this no mistake. I was born to do it, I was born for music, I just get into it. I can't get influenced when I'm the influence, no genre music. We go rap back to pop, pop back to rap, country on the track. I was once broke, I was down bad, swear I'm never going back. I'm from upstate, where we see a little bit of this and some of that. Little city and some sticks, watch me put it on the map, someone get attacked. If you're not first, then you're last. Life is a race, don't you lag. I get a bag and I stack. The reason I tax was not cause they needed me. Got all of mine equally. I see what they need from me. Blood, sweat, and tears from the frequency. Now you believe in me. Cheers for me. Give me the loot. Might lose some battles, but winning the war. I get knocked down, I get back up. Get up and go, I stay ready for more. Go toe-to-toe till I level the score. Never gon' quit. Heard you seen some, but you never seen this. Bet on myself 8 times, no trick, just give me the loot. Word on my palm at the top of the game. Still unashamed, no one to blame. Took all the L's and I rose from the pain. Can't have the sun without seeing the rain. And it rained down when the rain came. See the time change, rolling plain Jane. You and me are not the same, stop saying things. Yeah, they talk, I don't say a lot. I just walk, so I'm moving loud. Really keep it low key, I don't like crowds. Really keep it OG, I don't like clowns. Really keep it just me, I'm the best out. I don't try to keep up, I don't stress out. I don't cash no checks cause the checks bounce. I don't chap out that, I'm the best out. And I did all of this with a pen and a pad. Shift up the tech, got the notes in the lab. Remember the days when I want what I had. Still want more, guess I'm stuck in the past. First to your last, fast lane, chuck up the deuce when I pass. Give me the loot. Might lose some battles, but winning the war. I get knocked down, I get back up. Get up and go, I stay ready for more. Go toe-to-toe till I level the score. Never gon' quit, heard you seen some, but you never seen this. Bet on myself 8 times, no trick, just give me the loot. Might lose some battles, but winning the war. I get knocked down, I get back up. Get up and go, I stay. Hey, all work, no pleasure. I ain't here to make friends, big stepper. Hey, bad guy, Heath Ledger. Ready for wherever, I'll be front and center. Don't fly too close to the sun, your body chopped up by propellers. Came in arrogant, but left out in a stretcher. The comparison, y'all know y'all couldn't replicate it. Chilling in the desert, I'm good under pressure. Stick around, let me hold it down, look at what we found. This a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles. On the ground, only to the clouds, never coming down. That's the crown.
Welcome to the official podcast of PHP Architect. Join us to listen to the latest news and tech talk from our conferences, the magazine, and wider PHP community.
Hello, you're listening to the PHP Podcast, the official podcast of PHP Architect, and this is episode 2025.10.09, and I'm your host, Eric Van Johnson, and with me, John Congdon.
Waiting for a Twitch access code that has not come to my email yet. Just saying.
Do we need a
Emails.
Twitch access code?
Email's stupid.
This podcast focuses on all things PHP and web development. We also touch on the larger PHP community, some awesome projects that happen in the PHP community, and our general life of being developers. And of course, we're going to talk about our company, PHP Architect, the magazine, the conference, the swag, and all those other great things, and our partners as well. We record every week on Thursday, 3 p.m. Pacific time. If you're not watching us live, we really encourage you to do it over on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PHPArch. You might ask yourself why, but why? Why would I want to watch live, Eric?
Because you can subscribe on there. Right?
You can subscribe on there. And you can be part of the Discord that you see clicking on the right there of your screen. I don't know if it's the right of your screen. It's the right of my screen, but
It's the right of their screen too.
okay. You can be a part of that Discord, and as of today, if I get the clock time thing right, you can even ask to be notified or be reminded that the live streams are starting. I did that today, and it kind of worked. Not really, but sort of worked. Thanks, Chris, for letting me know.
That was a suggestion from Discord to make that happen, and you made it happen.
I did. I'm very happy. And of course, our podcast is made in our company, and our lives are made a little better thanks to our wonderful partners at PHPScore. I don't know if that's who you wanted to use today, John, but that's who we went with, PHPScore. We will be talking about them a little later. John?
I agree.
I need you to focus here, John. What are you doing?
I'm focusing. I was reading what Chris wrote.
Man?
What? Did I do something?
I don't know. You're just glass-eyed. I'm wearing one of our new shirts.
Nice. Where did you get that at? I may ask.
I got the swag store, John, at store.phparch.com, along with this very nice trucker hat. It's actually this one has actually moved down a ring. Why am I blurry? Am I blurry?
I don't know. Yep, you are.
Okay. All right. Now might be a good time to mention I have a new networking setup, and there's a very good chance that this is going to go sideways on us very quickly.
It already has started because you are blurry as.
I'm getting blurrier. I'm like fading away.
Wait, are we in Back to the
There
Future?
we go. I think it was actually the camera that went off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the hat has moved down a rung on my favorite hats. My new favorite is the gray one, which I keep downstairs because it's the one I wear when I go out. And my entire downstairs, as I mentioned last week on the podcast, is gone. Like they packed everything up. They had everything in my entire first floor packed up by Friday. And it has been nothing but a construction zone down there, and driving the wife and I a little crazy because we've been living in this broken house now for months, since June. And we thought we were frustrated with it. And we were every week it was like, I can't wait to get this fixed. I can't wait to get this fixed. This last week, as they're fixing stuff, it's been like a year. I can't believe how long this is taking.
Are they out there hammering right now?
Yeah, can you hear them?
Barely. Like if I listen carefully, I was like picking up on the ting 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 ting.
So what's today? Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday was the craziest day. We had people putting up walls, people putting down floors, people painting. Like everybody was out here. And then yesterday was just the painters finishing up, and I think one floor guy. Now they're trying to really get the floor done now. But I'm close. I'm close to having my house back.
I was gonna say, do you actually see progress being made? Are they getting there?
Yeah, they actually get a lot done. So yeah, I'm getting a little excited. But the problem is I don't know where anything is. So I had a theory. If you've been watching the show lately, you know that since moving into my new office, when this whole disaster downstairs started to happen, the wife's it's like, hey, why don't you just move your office upstairs? We've been talking about it for a while because I didn't have any windows. There was no ventilation in the office I was in. So it was just like, but I was there, and it was just seemed like so overwhelming to try to move it, but this forced me to move it. But the problem is I lost my hardwired network at that point. So I had bought this super crazy long network cable, and we've been trying a couple of solutions to get me a hardwire network in here. And John introduced me to this product that basically ran the network over your coax cable. Most homes here in the U.S. have coax cable. It's how you get cable TV. So most homes here are wired for it. I don't have cable TV, which isn't a problem. The house is still wired coax. And it makes sense because with the exception of fiber, that's how you get internet to your house as well, is through your coax cable. So it actually seems like a very, good way of doing it. But John had this product he was using that turned your coax cable, lets you route your network through it, and then you could have it come out somewhere and run a network cable into your computer. That's the abbreviated version. And I tried that, and it didn't work initially. It didn't work at all. We thought it worked, and my
It
network,
worked. You were getting gigabit speeds.
yeah, which is where my mind started like wondering. It's like, why am I getting gigabit speeds, and then all of a sudden it completely craps out? Like, it didn't make sense. And some people, some team members at work thought, well, maybe the people who wired the coax used these cheap splitters that weren't doing things correctly, and it made sense at the time. But my cable was long enough that I could run it into my wife's office, who's down the hall, and she's hardwired. So I was plugging in there. But even then, we noticed, like, at the end of the broadcast, I was still having like these glitching issues. It's been bothering me, right? Because it's like, okay, wait a minute. We've removed that coax condition. Why is it still a problem? And she never has issues. Her entire office is IP driven.
But you only seem to have issues streaming in Restream, right?
Right.
It wasn't
Zoom and Restream.
Yeah, it was happening in Zoom too.
Yeah. So it had been bothering me for a couple of weeks. And I came to the conclusion it's the cable. This crazy ass long cable is not meant for this. It's actually it's not Cat 5. I think it's actually a Cat 6 cable. Maybe it is a Cat 5. I don't remember now. But that is what I'm using. A-Woods in Discord. Bo, hey Bo, welcome, man. It's been forever. Jeffrey Duckneasel, of course you own the shirt. You're a model. So it's been irritating me. I'm like, I'm thinking it's the cable. But back to, I don't know where anything is downstairs. I can't find any of my network cables. So I'm back to the coax solution, where I have a switch that is connected to the little device that connects to the coax cable. I have about a 6-foot length of Ethernet cable, where I have now plugged in another switch.
What in the hell do you got going on, and why?
Because I had 2 6-foot cables, but I didn't have one 12-foot cable. So I plugged in another switch and ran another cable.
So you didn't make it cleaner, you made it messier with more.
No, it's much messier.
There's more pieces in the middle to break.
But here's the thing: if it doesn't flake out on me today, we'll know it's the cable. So,
the one cable that you were getting gigabit speeds over.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm going with.
This one's gonna go to crap soon too, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. But if it does, I'm just switching over to wireless. I'm not even gonna mess around.
Were we having issues when you're on wireless? Is that why we said go to hardwire?
Yeah, if you remember when I was on wireless, like near the end of the show, I was getting blurry and pixel. That's when I went blurry. I'm like, wait a minute, why am I blurry? So that's why. And the trippy thing about it is I never see the glitches. Like on my side, I hear John go, "Oh, he's frozen." Eric, are you there? Eric? I'm like, yeah, I'm here. And like, I see no glitch on my end. And then eventually, John freezes, and then it does a reconnect thing. It's the weirdest behavior. So,
well, let's cross our fingers and hope this one works.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
I still think it's funny you have 2 switches in the mix.
It isn't. I'm not proud of this setup, John. All right, what have you been up to, John?
Oh, somehow I've got 4 tasks, big tasks that are due by the end of the month. Somebody took one of them, so that's good. I started working on the second one, which is credit card processing for one of the clients. It's a weird setup, but it's not even like clean credit card processing. I talked about it on the show in the past, where it's done through Salesforce, And at the back when I first did it, it was, we're going to integrate with them. And here's the documentation, which sucked. And every time I would try to make something work, it would be like, I'd hit a roadblock. We'd get on the phone with that company and they'd be like, oh, don't use the user's real email address. Use this Gmail address. Oh, don't use this. They kept trying to find workarounds to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like back a year and a half ago. It took a good 6 weeks just to get it working, but we got it working. I had another task probably 6 months ago to do something else, but it wouldn't work in a sandbox, but it was an easy change. So I talked to them and they're like, well, let's just release it and try it in production. And it worked fine. Fast forward to today or this week, they need something else done. And I'm like, all right, but I really want to get this working in a sandbox so that I can put in card information, but not real card information, and not worry about messing up your reports, not messing up somebody's credit card. Spent all day yesterday and never got it working. It's driving me crazy. And he's like, well, can't we just test in production? I'm like, well, I'm not, like, I've got a lot more work to do besides this one piece. I just wanted that done so that as I did other things, I would know if it was working or not. So I finally ended with, fine, I'm going to bypass the credit card piece, work on the rest of my stuff, and then when we're ready, we'll release it and hope nothing breaks. Such a pain in the butt. On top of that, they, for the same client, back, 10 years ago, maybe more, 11, we had hired a contractor, and it was like, hey, we want to build this residential piece. Basically, it's collect residential data for their contacts.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that contractor, who we know part of the SDPHP community, decided they wanted to build this EAV model, the entity attribute value model, which was supposed to give us all this flexibility, and like, it was crazy. It's basically, you take an entity, a thing, and then you break it down. All of the attributes for it have a row and another table, and then their values go into an integer table for integers, a varchar table for vars, a decimal table for decimals, so on and so forth, so that you can get proper types in your database, and everything has to be joined. And the goal was, this thing is so flexible, we'll be able to do so much with it. Yeah, we haven't. It just hasn't done anything. It's used for like 2 things, and the other one barely gets used. So the real thing is this residential property of, how much a house is worth, and just all sorts of things about it, bedrooms, bathrooms, so on and so forth. The bad part is they use that data within their searching and within their contact manager inside the layout. So to get to each of those pieces of data, you're joining 3 different tables. So as a contact, I have an entity, which is the residential property, joining on the attributes table to say, here's the attributes for a property. And then on those various value tables to say, here's the value for bedrooms, bathrooms, so on and so forth. That's not good for performance. I don't know if you know that or not. Oh, remember when I told you MySQL has a max join of 64 tables?
Yeah. I remember
this. Is how I know that.
You know this by that, huh?
Yeah.
There was some coder, when he was coding, he was like, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. I'm just going to say like 64 is the max joins you can have. And there's probably like no real reason why it needs to be that arbitrary 64. It's just, that's just...
It may not anymore. I haven't tested it in MySQL 8 because back then I was, 5'7". But anyway, I finally convinced them, because I've brought this up many times over the years. I'm like, we don't use this flexibility of this thing if we put it into its own table, normalize it that way, the searches are going to be faster because each contact is going to have one join, not 80 joins or whatever it turns out to be. It's going to be better indexed. Creating contacts is slow because when you create just one contact, you got these 30 inserts to do into these various tables, and they insert contacts by the millions.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm super excited about that project. And so I convinced them what we're going to do is create the new table. And then on all the old tables, I'm going to put triggers on. So when you insert or update the data in those tables, it's going to automatically update this new table. That went live last night. And I woke up this morning, I'm like, I wonder if that worked. And I go look at the new table, already like 160,000 records in there. So it's working. It's working great.
It's working.
I now have another script because to go back and backfill that data. And it is, it's up. It's now up to 0.05% of the data being moved over.
There you go. You're making progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have some people chatting in Discord. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. AKRAMEX on
Acromex?
Yeah, Acromex. Yeah, EAV is a entity attribute value model. It'll be in our show notes. I just went and found the wiki for it. I don't think it's something a lot of people know.
Haywood's is saying it's kind of how WordPress posts table works.
Mm-hmm.
There is benefit to it, and it is flexible, but with the amount of data that we have in that table and the fact that it doesn't need the flexibility, we're not constantly changing those attributes.
Mm-hmm.
We know that this is a feature that we need. So let's take it out of that, normalize it down. And we can keep those tables around for other types of data. The real problem is we were about to hit the max integer ID value in one of the tables.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an unsigned int. And forget how many active records we have in there, but I think it was over 8 billion records.
Jesus. Did you say billion?
Yeah. Well, you think each property, I think, has 10 records of bathrooms, bedrooms, list price. There's a bunch of others. So each single entity has at least 10 just in that one table. And then all the other data is spread throughout the others.
I'm gonna ask a question, and I know you're gonna hate me for asking.
Sure.
Have you talked to AI about this yet?
I have not.
I don't hate to say it. I'm embracing AI. I share with people all the time. I think it's a good tool in the proper hands, sort of thing. Mm-hmm. But I've been using it a little bit for database optimization. Right, we're working on a rebuild of PHP Architect, and I really want to make sure I do things well. And it was some, I can't even remember what it was. It was something really simple, like blog posts. As a matter of fact, I think it was like blog posts or something. And I asked, I'm like, hey, take a look at this table. Tell me if it makes sense. Tell me if there's anything I can do to optimize. I really didn't think there was going to be anything to optimize because it's a super basic table. I think it has like a title, content, publish at date, a couple of other things. And, it came back and said, yeah, you should be indexing your publish at. And I'm like, so stupid. Why would I index a publish at column? And then it goes on to explain, people searching for blog posts will search for date ranges. And like, if you have your publish at, column indexed, it'll perform a lot better. And I'm like, yeah, screw you, AI. You're what you do. Okay.
Assuming you give them the ability to search by.
That's true.
Range.
That's true. And then, so yeah, I did that. We've been having some fun with some AI services we're using. We might be able to talk about that a little bit more later, but yeah, we're spending too much money on AI, but we try to make it like as impactful as it can be. I think what was that? What was the one we were using all the time, John, for our coverage? Midjourney. I think I need to
You were
cancel
using
that.
that.
Yeah.
I never got into that. I tried it. I was very confused by it.
It did enough for us to like come up with images and stuff, but there's so many better solutions out there now that do it that I haven't used Midjourney in a while, so I think I need to stop doing that.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what else. We need to have an intervention with like the Laravel community, specifically Eric Barnes and Shane of Native PHP. These two have gotten their hands on the new Google Soya, whatever it is. And like their timelines are just like these AI generated videos that are just first thing crazy good. I mean, I can't believe how good they are. Shane started doing some of
Oh, is that what that was? That was an AI video?
It's all AI. I love Eric Barnes. He's one of my favorite people in the world, and I hope he knows I don't mean this like to be mean or anything. But I knew there was something fishy with Eric's because I'm like, he's not that tall. I'm like, hey, he's like, Eric's not that tall. And then I realized, and he's done a lot. And then Shane must have just gotten access a couple of days ago or something because he's catching up to him. So like my social media timelines are just Eric Barnes and Shane AI videos now. Somebody needs to have an intervention with them and say, you guys got to get some real work done.
That's scary because that one with him in Walmart was pretty good. I assume that was somebody he knew and like was in on whatever the joke was.
We're sharing this. It's on Twitter. You should be able to hear this too. So no, the old lady is just AI generated. If you have not met Shane, this is Shane. Like this isn't like that kind of looks like Shane. That's him. 100%. That's him. Even things like you'll see the product that he holds up. Is it like Native PHP and his sweater? How well the words are is something up until recently was so hard to do in AI. But check this out. And this is his voice too.
Code in PHP, then you need this, Native PHP, right here. It's in Walmart now, well, in my hand at least, so no excuses.
Oh, hey.
Pardon me, ma'am. Anyway, this little tube lets you ship real native mobile apps with nothing but PHP. No JavaScript jungle. Code in PHP, then you need this, Native PHP, right here. It's in Walmart now.
Oh God, I love it. I mean, it's funny. I'm gonna hand it. Where's the extra? Stop.
Well, in my hand.
I need to go back. Go back.
That was well done. That's scary,
right? And they have one. Actually, let me go back to the first one because I love. I don't know. I do want to ask if he's coming up with the dialogue or if AI generates it because he has. Oh, here's another one. We're gonna look at a few of these because they're just too damn funny. This is the one I wanted to show you, but here.
Training hard or shipping code, I need fuel that keeps up. That's why I reach for the Native PHP protein bar. 20 grams of protein, rich chocolate, and 0 gimmicks. It tastes as good as it performs. One bite and I'm ready to push another set.
They're just so damn funny. I think his is the one that had the he did the Eric Barnes, him and Eric Barnes in the Lambo.
So I saw the Eric Barnes one right where you just were at. Oh, there you go.
People we pass are staring.
Probably reading. Look at all that neon. It's like driving through a pinball machine.
Car fits right in. I swear half the people we pass are staring.
Probably reading the plate.
N8IV PHP. Still cracks me up that you managed to snag that.
Took a few.
So that one you can kind of tell. But yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, considering he's in the driver's seat here, and then in the next scene, isn't he not in the driver's seat?
Right. Well, and you can't really tell who's driving either. It keeps going back and forth. But that line, it's like you're driving in a pinball machine. Like as minor as it is, it's like that's goddamn funny. I want to know if he thought of that line or if AI thought of that line because it's a goddamn funny line. Now I'm getting scared that AI is getting good at what it's doing. I got Eric Barnes actually had one of the funny ones. Let me find his real fast. We're gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this all show, but I don't even know what Eric Barnes' actual handle is. Here we go. Where's the one with he does every day. Every day this guy has about. So this is what like you could have thought like, oh yeah, like this seems real until you see what happens. Let's see. So like I see this, I'm like, that's Eric's not that tall. There's like nothing around him, but you know.
I'm like, can you tell how tall
This
he is?
little band keeps you honest. Every hour it checks if you've knocked out your 10 push-ups and... Okay, I'm doing them. Introducing ShockFit AI, the world's first wearable that shocks you every hour unless this little band...
Like that's just argumentatively funny. I mean, I'm wondering if
pull request. I said this ain't my code. I threw it on the ground, and I'm still walking out here with the city buzzing. Blog mode.
It's just funny stuff, and I'm scared that AI is getting really good, John. That's all I got to say about it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm going to move on from that.
Yeah.
This is going to be a real brief one because there's nothing really to talk about other than, have you seen any DocuSign scams?
Yes.
Like, it was weird. Like, I got an email with something to sign from DocuSign. I wasn't expecting it, so I knew it was some sort of scam, but I was curious because the link went to DocuSign. So I go there, and I guess you can create an envelope with whatever you want to put in there, and then you can have a link that goes to an external resource. I was like, what in the world? Why would DocuSign allow that?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I actually
crazy.
I got one that like it looked so. Again, I'm dealing with home insurance, the mortgage company, some banks, because a lot of big money is transacting right now. And yeah, I got one that said, "Hey, you haven't signed this thing," and it was a DocuSign link, and I'm like, "What the hell is this?" Like. What I don't first thing the name didn't really ring true. I'm like this seems weird, but I'm going to click on it because I'm looking at the URL. I'm like, yeah, it's taking you to DocuSign, and I go to it and like the same thing. It's like, wait a minute, no, there's definitely something wrong here. I backed out of it. I wasn't really sure how that worked though.
Yeah, but can you at least make those payments I've been asking you to make, for crying out loud?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Get on
Make
that, please.
yourself a CEO of a company on LinkedIn and watch the spam emails come in of, I'm not at my computer right now, but somebody needs to pay this bill. I get emails from John every day about that.
And you still haven't done it. Damn it.
Israel.
What?
Who does he? Oh yeah, PHPScore. I couldn't remember who I said was our partner for the show. What is Israel? Are fantastic partners over at PHPScore.
Thank you to our partners at PHPScore.com. Every app builds up technical debt over time. It's the price we pay for shipping new features and moving fast. When we build up too much of it, though, it can start to impact how we work. Team velocity suffers, bugs become more frequent and take longer to fix, and everyone starts to get a little frustrated. The key to managing debt is to measure it. A credit score can help you understand how well you're managing your financial debt, and now there's a credit score for your technical debt. Go to phpscore.com to get a free technical debt score and monitoring for all of your PHP applications today. Thank you, PHP Score.
You have to say something because I'm taking a screenshot.
What is happening here?
So what? So, all right. Behind the scenes stuff. What avatar are you seeing for me in that chat?
Just your caricature, your head.
It's me though,
your ball?
right?
Yeah.
You sure it's me and it's not Michael?
Maybe it is Michael.
Because that's what I'm seeing. Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah,
Slack.
now you point that out, yeah.
It's Michael, right?
Yeah.
Restream, get your shit. Fix your shit, Restream. I'm tired of this. Tired of it.
I saw a bald head. I thought it was you.
Who was that? Oh, I wasn't yelling at you, Siri.
Is your watch mad that you're yelling? No. Speaking of yelling.
Jesus, Siri. All right, now you're pissing me off. Shut up.
On our weekly team meeting this week on Tuesday, Eric and I got into a big old fight.
Oh, we're fucking doing this? We're fucking doing this now? Okay, let's fucking do this.
At the end of the day, I thought it was hilarious and funny. But
you got a weird sense of humor.
But man, all of our team members on the call were red-faced because they were trying to not laugh. And I think they were very uncomfortable.
When John and I argue, we're still pretty comical when we argue.
I was trying to be comical, even though I was pissed off. Just saying.
Yeah. This is the full team meeting, and John says all of 6 words a month there, and he chose this Tuesday to irritate the hell out of me on a topic. Yeah.
I irritated you, and then you said something that made me snap, and I was just like lost it. You called me one of our clients' names. I was like
I forgot about that. And then, of course, John gets in this mode where he has to have the last word. And she just doesn't stop. That was like the last 3 minutes of the argument is me trying to move on and John saying something else.
I forgot about that part too. It's because you try to move on by saying something snarky, so then I had to be snarky back.
Yeah. And we had such a good meeting the week before, and then you had to ruin it this week. Dude, work has been so freaking hard lately. We juggle a lot of clients, a lot of projects, and we have our big clients and our big projects. And I feel like for so long, I had gotten into such a good groove at like managing it and keeping everything moving forward. And then this week, I just feel like the wheels fell off of everything. And I just could not. I mean, it's Thursday and I still can't really get a grip on getting things back to where it was. Like that big mobile project that I feel like we were like days from releasing took a couple steps back.
Oh, really? Well, it doesn't help that he's out sick today too.
Yeah, and some of it was performance based, and I think we have an approach on that. It's just frustrating where we had it talking to the monolith application, and they're not happy with the performance. Like they want the workflow to be somebody in the field on the mobile device does something, and then the supervisor sitting looking at the back end on their computer sees it like within seconds. There's reason they have these edge case reasons why they say it has to be like this, and we kind of have that on another product, which is kind of the same thing. It's a mobile product that talks to the monolith, but we make that a microservice where the mobile talks to a microservice. The microservice actually injects the data directly into the database that the monolith has access to. And that is what they were comparing this to. They're like, oh, hey, on this app, they can do this. Why can't we do this here? And so I was like, all right, shit. And the more I thought about it, and I'm kicking myself. See, this is where I'm a terrible person. I beat myself up more than anybody else because I should have saw this at the beginning. Like I was pushing so hard for this microservice architecture, and then I started pulling back on it. That this was a solution where it's like, yeah, that's why that other service is like that, because I wanted it to be a microservice. Then we're like, oh no, we're doing too many microservices. Let's just bring it all back in house. And so we had pivoted because the other app has been out in the wild for years. And now in hindsight, I'm like, shit, I should have done that. I should have made this a microservice. Like anything, especially anything handheld related, make a microservice.
Yeah, I see your point, but when compared to the app that it's replacing, because this is a rewrite of an existing app, is the performance worse?
Well, it is only because, and remember, the current app cannot work offline because the current app talks to the monolith directly and hits API endpoints. So it's unable to work offline. It's unable to sync with other people in the field, which is all things that we have addressed with our architecture. They actually love it. Like there's this whole feature where one person can walk through and tag a car, and another person can follow them and see that car has been tagged, which with the old version wasn't an option, right? And then of course,
but I thought we had to work offline because you go into some garage.
No, that was the problem. It didn't work offline. Well, it sort of, but didn't really, right? So that's what we fixed with this new version, that it works completely offline. But it does it. So in order to accomplish that, we were like, okay, it can't talk directly to the monolith. Like it has to be its own entity. And we even had a use case where it was like, oh, hey, if all these conditions are met, we need this event to fire. And those conditions, that check had always lived on the monolith. But the handheld has all the data. So it was like, okay, why don't we just push that logic to the handheld and let the handheld make those decisions? That was an example of something we discovered last week where I was like, damn, I wish we had thought of this. And what was hysterical is Brooks, the mobile developer, even said, hey, that's weird. The app captures all those conditions. We just never act on them. Because I bet you our previous mobile developer put that there because he had already foreseen the fact that it would need to figure that out. So I think that was just something we had lost when we had switched mobile developers. Like the previous mobile developer had more insight of the current application, what it does, what it depends on the monolith app for, and what needs to get pushed out to the mobile app. So fun stuff.
Those are the problems we get to try and solve. It's fun.
Yeah, that's what I say. I'm like, yeah, we have yeah. Everything that's how I look at it. It's like it's just another thing we have to solve. I mean, I think we have a couple of people who are just like, well, this sucks because this, and this. I'm like, yeah, people don't hire us because shit don't suck. They hire us because the shit sucks and we need to fix it. So we just need to figure it out. And yeah. Yep.
The joys of being a developer.
Exactly. I gave Shane a hard time, so I feel like I do owe him. I wonder if he has a link to a blog post. Go ahead, keep talking, John. I'm going to try to find a blog post for Native PHP.
Well,
does Native PHP have a blog?
While you do that, I want to talk about the PHP Tech call for papers, call for speakers, whatever you want to call it. CFP, CFS, I don't care.
It's call for speakers is the new term, John.
I know. That's what session.
Or no. I'm sorry. Call for presentation. CFP. Call for presentation is the new term.
Except for when you use a service like Sessionize, like we do, they call it call for speakers. That is quickly coming to an end for PHP Tech. So if you want a chance to speak at PHP Tech in May of 2026, please submit. Go to phptech.io and submit your ideas.
Because the call for papers ends October.
The end of this month, and then we get the joy of going through and trying to figure out who's going to be speaking. So
this is what I'm saying. This year is flying by so fast, and I happened to come across that. I'm like, Jesus, John, our call for papers is about to close.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, we need to get out there and get some stuff going here. Okay, I can't find a blog post. There might be a blog post.
All right. Well, before you move on,
Yep.
I was gonna
I did. Wait. No, go back over here. Yep.
just want to say, if your company won't sponsor you to travel to PHP Tech, won't pay for your hotel, yada yada yada, we do cover those things for our speakers. You get a ticket to the conference, flight, or train for some people, because we've had some people prefer the train. Or if you want to take a bus, we might cover that too. And 4 nights for the conference. So flying in Monday, so Monday night through Thursday night.
And this holds true for international speakers as well. We usually have a pretty good showing of international speakers, and we fly them out and put them up. So give it a look. Get your talks in. PHP Tech. Yep. You can get there. You can go directly there, but if you forget, just go to the tech website, click on speakers, and then submit your proposal. And simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, I forget what this is called now. I was going to talk about HMR. Yeah, that's what it's called. So the guys over at Native PHP Mobile, Sean and Simon.
Shane.
I said Sean. Shane. Shane and Simon. They're doing a great job. They're working pretty hard. They have hot reloads working, which is very helpful when you're doing development. It really doesn't impact like the final product, but it's really helpful when you're doing development. If you've been playing around with Native PHP Mobile, you want to go ahead and upgrade everything and check it out, because it's fun stuff. Also, this morning, where'd he go? Where did Chris go? Chris is on their website. Wait, I'm not sharing. Chris is on their website. I'm on their website. We're on their website as a thank you for early adopters. I need to reach out to Shane and see if we can't change this to just the company. But yeah, Joel, we know Joel.
Yep.
We know a few of these people actually. Yeah, these are all the early adopters of Native PHP Mobile. I don't know if it's Native PHP Mobile or Bifrost. I don't know what specifically got us on this list, but I logged in because Bifrost now has, not that anybody cares, and not that I'm trying to sell this. If they want to become partners, I'd be happy to talk about them every week, but I do it anyways. Bifrost has it now that you can manage licenses, which is a big deal for us because we bought a license that allows us to have multiple team members, and I wasn't sure how to distribute that license, and that's actually something we can do now. So really happy about that.
When it comes to licenses or seats or whatever you want to call them in SaaS products, what a pain in the ass. And the people that have confusing pricing structures. You talked about paying for the image creation, whatever that was. Midjourney. You're probably on a month-to-month, and you should probably cancel it since you're not using it. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, we made the decision for this other AI product that we just signed up for. Oh, we're going to sign up for a year, not fully understanding the pricing model, thinking, we only have to cover our team members.
To be fair, we understood the pricing model as it was laid out on the website.
Yeah, they just don't tell you that each organization is a separate thing.
Right. It says per user. per
Right.
service.
So you sign up for it, and I'm not giving them promotion right now, but you sign up with GitHub, and then within your account, you can add all your GitHub organizations. And I really thought it was per team member. And I'm like, oh, this is great. As a consulting company, we work within lots of our clients' GitHub organizations. So if we can just pay for our users, people, our team members, because we want their code to be the best it can be, it would work. And then quickly find out, oh no, that's per user per organization.
Yeah.
And it's not cheap. Oh, it's so not cheap.
It's not cheap at all. And the horrible thing about it is, we did the free trial, and this is a popular product now too. So I'm gonna get a little patience before I open up about it. But we did the free trial. There were specific features about it. So we had a meeting as a team on the product and alternatives to the product. And I had even said, okay, if these other things can do this, I'm fine moving on. But it's really these specific features are what's really drawing me to this product right now. And we have a great group of people that on the team. So it's wonderful to have these conversations because everybody has such a breadth of experience on so many different solutions and have looked at so many different things. So it was a really good conversation to have, but ultimately everybody agreed, yeah, no, these are some awesome features and nobody else is doing it this way. So let's do it. And again, to John and I's defense, we both read the licensing the same way. It wasn't until we actually got on a call with them and they were just like, oh yeah, no, this is what we meant. It's like, well, that's not what you said. That's not what your website says, And I get this is a big company too. Well, a bigger company. I would think that they wouldn't have made this mistake, but I could see how a smaller startup would think, oh yeah, you have, we'll give you the license per user on GitHub, thinking you're a company, your repo's on GitHub, you have 6 developers working that repo. Yeah, we'll do that. Not thinking the broader, there are people out there who work with multiple companies and multiple organizations, structures on GitHub. And I don't know. I'm still a little bitter about it. John was a lot more understanding than I was on it.
Not necessarily understanding, but
we will be discussing this further. And the thing is I was praising it. People online praise it all the time, and I gotta think that they have not run into the issue John and I ran into with it, this organization issue.
Yeah. We know we can work around it. We know there are things you can do to bypass that. Obviously, bringing all the repos into your main organization,
right,
is one way around it. And so that's one reason not to put that kind of restriction in there, because you're just going to make people work around your pricing model.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So just remove that barrier.
Exactly. So
I'm very curious about this.
I'm going to get this out. Where are we at on time? Wow, this day flew by. Man, I need to get better. This stuff. For anybody local to San Diego, we realized we did not have a meetup last month. Wasn't intentional, just time got away from us. This month isn't much better, as John and I will be traveling, but we will be having a meetup. I have no topics of discussion yet. If you want to step up as a presenter, feel free to reach out to us. And it's on a meetup. It's on phpx.com or not phpx, phpxsan.com. You can get started here, and this will also take you to the meetup. But RSVP, free food, drink.
Did Did you announce that meetup so that emails went out? Okay.
Should have. I take it by you asking that question. Maybe they didn't.
No, I don't. I probably like 99% of the people on the list don't see the email. Probably gets filtered out and thrown in the trash. Because email's not fun. Email sucks.
Do you have anything else you want to talk about? Because I have something fun I want to talk about.
No, I want to talk about your fun stuff.
Oh, you're looking at my fun stuff?
I think so.
Okay.
I like looking at your fun stuff.
If you've there's always, if you've ever had to interact with APIs, it's always kind of fun to get your first API you interact with. There are actually a lot of publicly available APIs that you can even practice with. Just services that have open APIs that you can use where you don't even need authentication or anything like that. This is kind of one of those. And I saw this, I'm like, we have to talk about this on the show. Did I stop sharing it? No, I didn't stop sharing. Let's share this. The Simpsons API, a RESTful API for the Simpsons universe. This thing, I need a reason to use this. Like, I think instead of using Faker to make up people, I'm going to write an API plugin so that whenever I need like fake people in a database, it creates Simpsons characters. That's fun. So that's a good idea. Yeah, this is so much fun. Very simple, very easy API endpoints to ingest. Yeah, give this a look. And just the next time you're doing a talk, like when you submit your talk to PHP Tech and you need to work with the APIs, yeah, look at using this because it has everything. I've watched The Simpsons. I've watched The Simpsons. So everybody that's in the database, I'm curious like how right these API endpoints are. Because it has like all this information. I mean, it's got to be right. You got to know like there are people who just this is all they do is look at this stuff. But it talks about like the first time they appeared, all these fun little details. Oh, I'm not sharing this. Oh, so I clicked on Marge. I didn't realize it opened up another tab. You click on Marge, and it just takes you to the JSON that you would have gotten had you hit that endpoint. These things are great, man. If I click on Bart and come over here, here's Bart stuff.
What I don't like is it's not one. I don't see an open API spec, and it's not HAL. It's not a HAL API. But
it's not a what API?
HAL. So it's not hypermedia as what is it? I don't know. It just doesn't have like the self-link. There's no route to figure out how to traverse the rest of the
Gotcha.
API.
I know exactly. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Anyways, this is fun. I liked it. I saw this. I'm like, I have no need for this, but I will create a need for it, and I will use it. Simpsons API. We'll put in our show notes for anybody who's listening to the podcast.
I like that idea. I like your idea of, hey, if you need an API for a talk, use that. That's great. And the Faker data. That's fun.
The Faker data, yeah. I need a Batman one. Batman's universe is huge, man. There are more Batman people out there than Simpsons. But
well, it looks like you have an API to create to give away for free.
Right.
If you can get a hold of the data.
Oh, it looks like Chris from the team has another
hypertext application language. Thank you.
There's a Pokemon one out there. John, aren't you a Pokemon person?
Not really. I played Pokemon Go for a little while. I still open it occasionally, but not very often.
This one doesn't look as fun, if I'm being completely honest with you. This is this looks more professional. Yeah, this doesn't look as fun, but cool. Oh, they even got GraphQL. Jeez, look at that. That would be a good reason to try this one. Huh. Fun stuff, man.
If you need something to...
developers, man, we get so much fun stuff. Yeah. If you listen to our podcast, if you subscribe to our audio stream, you got quite the earful this week. We had a live and kicking live on Tuesday. We had a community
Not
corner
live.
come out.
This week was not live. It was pre-recorded this week. Last week's was live. This week's was pre-recorded.
So we had a live and kicking on Tuesday. We had a community corner on Wednesday, and now you have us on Thursday. And I think you're going to get more live and kicking because we realized they have pre-recorded way too many, and we don't like. I don't want the topics to get stale. So like we need to get them out. So we might be doing 2 alive and kickings for the rest of the year because there's enough pre-recorded alive and kickings to do that.
When did they have that much time? Jeez.
Not to mention that they have live streams scheduled as well. So yeah, you might be getting... Alive and Kicking is getting a lot of great feedback. They're beating us on views right now. I can fix that in YouTube. I'll just make it look like they're doing worse, but their streams are doing pretty good. Let's see where they at. Yeah, let's share this.
They get the UK following.
That's it.
I wonder if it's a time. I wonder if we move to a few hours earlier, if that would change.
Oh, they're dropping off pretty. They're dropping off pretty. Yeah, they dropped off. They're down to 200. Yeah, like we really. I mean, our YouTube doesn't get that many views to begin with, but you know what's going crazy are the shorts, man. Like we have quite a few shorts that are like over 1,000 views, which again, for big YouTubers, that's simple to do. But yeah, we don't see that. We don't put that much effort into it. So yeah, some good talks going on though. I'm liking what Alive and Kicking's doing. Scott over at Community Corner. I mean, this guy Scott not only does Community Corner, but he does these educational videos as well, like the PHP 8.5 one, which I've got to ask him about because he did something I noticed on the back end. He did some weird YouTube A/B testing with this one. I'm like, okay, what did you do there, man? How'd you do that? But yeah,
was he testing titles or screenshots or something?
No, it's the same title, it was the same screenshot. I don't know if the video was different or what it was, but it even says and I don't even know how he did it. Like I said, we don't put that much effort into it. So I don't even know how he set the A/B testing up to begin with. Maybe that's something we need to play around with.
You can do it within the studio, YouTube studio.
Yeah. But yeah, fun stuff. But subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't. Or don't. We won't judge. We just won't like you as much. Okay, I think that's it. Anything else?
Sounds good. Nope.
All right.
I got to get to bowling tonight. Actually, I got to go help my son build his hack pack and then go to bowling tonight.
A what pack?
He's one of those subscription boxes. He started getting the hack packs, and
gotcha.
He likes to do them, but he also likes to do them very fast. And we'll skip a step, and then it won't work, and then he gets mad that it doesn't work, and got to go back and like, let's slow down. Like, kids, they want instant gratification. They want it to work, and they want it to work now. It's like, no, the joy is building and figuring out how it works. And so,
all right, well, that's it. We're running low. You guys are tired of hearing from us. I'm trying to figure out a way to allow people to ask to be reminded of live streams in our Discord. Another reason to join our Discord is to things like that. You can be reminded of streams, but I'm looking to figure out a way to do that.
Yeah, I've seen other Discord services, teams, whatever, where you opt into certain roles.
Mm-hmm. Well, Joe let me know that you can do that with onboarding, and apparently you can. And I had configured that after he said something, but that was onboarding, and apparently you can trigger onboarding even after you're in Discord. But I was just thinking, well, if we can just have the bot listen for a request, and then do it, then that should work.
And that's Bucky. Welcome back.
Long time no see. And that's Bucky. How you doing, bud?
We understand needing to focus.
I know. You know what I miss? I was thinking about the other day, and I think this is a time-related issue. Buttery. Remember Buttery? Like one of our first...
Where's he been at?
I know, right? He didn't follow us over from the other podcast, and I'm a little hurt about it, to be honest with you. Buttery was our man. Yeah, I think Buttery was like the first Patreon supporter we had when we had Patreon on the old podcast.
He got mad that he couldn't support us anymore when we removed Patreon.
We even had a team member. So Buttery was in Japan, and we actually had a team member that got to meet him. Kalen was doing his world tour and met up with Buttery, and they had coffee, and I was very...
Maybe that's why he doesn't listen anymore. Damn you, Kalen.
Kalen. It's all Kalen's fault.
You ruined that relationship for us.
All right. That's it, everybody. Next week, we're good, right? We're still here? Or are we out of town next week?
We are here next week. We're out of town the following week.
Okay. So you got one more show, then we are taking a week off. So see everybody next week. Bye.
This has been PHP Podcast, the official podcast of PHP Architect, the industry's leading tech magazine and publisher, focused on PHP and web development. Subscribe today at phparch.com to see what the leaders in the community and industry are talking about.